Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you can see in the title, this is my series review of the Umbrella Academy comics. Yeah, so big fan of the TV show on Netflix, and thought maybe just try these comic books. I have watched all 3 seasons, and I just finished all 3 comic books based on the 3 seasons, kind of. I'll talk about that further. And yeah, so I got the box set, as you can see here. It comes with the nice poster and all 3 of the comic books. Volumes, I guess you could say, because each comic book or volume contains like 6 or 7 issues. So yeah, so you really get 3 whole volumes. They're around 150 pages each in each volume, as you can see by the thickness. And yeah, so this will be more spoiler free. I won't really say any plot things. But yeah, you can see the characters right there. And like you can see right there, my first point will be how good the art is. I love the art in the books. Just like that right there. I love this art so much. I find it really beautiful. Yeah, just some art right there. Show some in the second issue, or the second volume, Dallas. Yeah, just really well done. See, there's JFK's wife. And in the last one, I will definitely say that the last one, Hotel Oblivion, this one, is my favorite of the 3. Personally, I find they all step up in quality each volume. The first one is good, but it is a very small kind of plot story, like very secluded. The second one gets bigger with them going to Dallas, and obviously you saw JFK, so going back in time. So it's more wider, and then this last one I find is the Avengers Endgame, you could say, of the series. Yeah, this one I find is the greatest of the 3. It's huge. There's time travel, there's space travel. Try not to say any spoiler stuff. It's just, this one's the widest and less secluded of all of them. It's the biggest plot, it's the biggest story. Yeah, so coming from someone who has read watched the TV show on Netflix, I have noticed that the comic books or the TV show is very much not that much based on these comic books. I'm not going to get that stand up I want to. But I find that they take the characters, they take the central plot, and they kind of make their own story out of it. Taking Hotel Oblivion, for example, I find this one is the most less like the TV show, or the TV show is less like this one. This one is very different from the TV show. There is the same plot and kind of the same characters, but it's hard not to spoil, but it's very different. I would probably say Dallas is the one that's second less like the TV show. This one has the main plot, has more of the plot than this one does in the 3rd season. I thought the 2nd season was very well done, and but very unlike it. And of course, the first volume is, I would say the TV show really well adapted this one. Again, they take their own artistic liberties and stuff like that, but this one I find is the most like the TV show, or the TV show is most like this one. Yeah, so what else to say about this? I'm trying not to review both the TV show and this. The comic books, I find it's like when you read books or comic books like that already have a TV show, you're thinking of like what happens in the TV show, and like you already know what's happening in the comic book. But I find this is a very unique experience where these books are very unlike the TV show. So if you watch the TV show before reading these books, you're not really getting spoiled on much. These comic books follow, or the TV shows follows a very different plot than the volumes and comic books created, meaning that it's very different, and there's nothing pretty much in the TV show. The way it ends is the way it ends in these comic books. There's very different outcomes, there's very different characters that die. And yeah, I find that since the TV show's so long, they have to create a lot and they have to change a lot. An example was with Ellen Page or Elliot Page. They changed her gender on the TV show, and obviously that was like a real world decision, not like a comic book decision. So that's just an example of the TV show making their own decisions on what they think is right. And I found that really interesting. The creators of the comic book, Gerald Way and Gabriel Bay, were helped in the TV show. So that's always cool to see. There isn't a fourth volume, so I'm very interested to see what plot they take, or if the authors of this comic book already have a plot and they're just going to give it before the comic book releases. And so yeah, that's just my review of the TV show, the comic book, what I think about the adaptations, and essentially my review of these. I really like the dialogue. I really like the characters. The characters are very different than the TV show. One big example is Claus, as you can see right there. His character is very, very different than in the comic book, or the TV show is very different than. See, that's him right there. Very different. The TV show is very different than what you see in the comic book. His character is very different, though his attitude is very different. Same with Ben. In season 1 of the Umbrella Academy, Ben is one of the main characters, or a very prominent character. Same with in season 3. I think he's, I don't know, I forget if he's in the second season, but Ben is barely in any of these 3 comic books. There's hints of flashbacks, but yeah, he's very rarely in the comic book at all. So that's very interesting. So yeah, that's my review of the TV adaptation on Netflix and the comic books. I really like both. I can't really choose which one I like more. Obviously, they're very different mediums and very different stories. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.